All right, I'm Darryl Page, Rock 100.5 the KATT. I got two of the members from Catch Your Breath. I was having a brain fart, man.
You're good.
I can't believe that.
It happens.
So, Josh, you're the lead singer. Teddy, you're the
Guitar player.
Yes,
sir.
So, how's it feel being back in Oklahoma City?
Man, it's nice. This is the first time that I've played a show in Oklahoma since probably 2011.
Who'd you play with?
Oh, gosh. I think the last time I played a show in Oklahoma was at the Conservatory.
Were you with, what band were you with, or were you just by yourself?
Oh, it was my local high school band. Your Silence Says It All, yeah.
Okay, all right.
And
Teddy, is this your first time here in Oklahoma City?
Yeah, my first time playing here for sure. I think I've been here once to pick up Josh for like a show or a tour. But
so how was the crowd?
The biggest crowd we've ever played with.
The biggest crowd? Because you guys have been on tour, since the first of 2023?
Last year was our first tour.
Year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is basically your first tour then?
Our second tour was with Until That Wake. We just finished that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at on your website. And then after this, you're going to be heading out again until October.
Yeah, we're headed out to Daytona the 19th, and then we've got like a week break, and we go up to Illinois with Nothing More, and we've got like a month, and then we go on the Popular Monster.
Right. So how is touring?
Touring's great.
I mean, is it as brutal as what you've heard from all the rock stars, you probably grew up with?
Yes and no.
Yes and
Yeah.
no? Now, who'd you grew up here in McLeod, right?
Yeah.
And you're from Austin.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you obviously listen to the KATT, correct?
Absolutely, yeah.
So who was some of the bands that influenced you?
Some of the bands that influenced me right off the bat, like Linkin Park was a huge influence of me. And then later down the road, like Slipknot and, Dayseeker, bands like that.
Right.
Especially with the newer bands, Bad Omens, Dayseeker.
Yeah.
They're big inspirations of mine. But I look a lot outside of rock now, too.
Yeah. Are you the same way, Teddy, as far as your influences go?
I have a weird background influence for like influence and stuff. Like Linkin Park was my first like rock band that I got into, and then like My Chemical Romance, and like Breaking Benjamin, 30 Seconds to Mars, stuff like that. Growing up like in middle school, going to high school, and then it was like Alisana and like Ask Alexandria. That's what kickstart me wanting to be in a band, like start a band. It was Alisana, Ask Alexandria.
Now, do you guys listen to any, like the older bands, Maiden, Priest, Metallica?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I do not.
The reason I started playing...
I do not.
I started playing music because of Led Zeppelin, actually.
Oh, what's your favorite Led Zeppelin song, speaking about
Whole
that?
Lot of Love.
Whole Lot of Love? Yeah, that's a good one.
Quickly, yeah.
So, earlier I was asking about you, because I've checked out a couple of your songs. Dial Tone I really liked. But when I saw the T-shirt, I was like, man, the one with the flip phone?
Yeah.
I thought that was absolutely awesome. And who came up with the idea?
So our buddy drew that, and it was available for like sale. Like, hey, I'm selling this design. You guys have a song called Dial Tone, and it's like, do you want it? I'm like, this is perfect.
Yeah.
Give it to us, please.
Then you got a new single coming out also, Savages.
Yeah, Savages.
Yeah.
And the artwork for that, I looked it up on Amazon Prime, and I was like, it's a hand with basically an iron forged knife going through it.
Hell yeah.
What made you guys think of, I know it fits the song.
Yeah.
So who came up with the idea?
I think we got that sent over to us from Aaron Marsh.
Yeah, Aaron, so the original concept of like a knife through a dagger, we saw like a fan create like a tattoo design of that.
Oh, the tattoo design. Yeah.
It was like Shame on Me. It was like she like got, I think it's a she or
they
tattoo artist. They created this idea for Shame on Me, the dagger to the hand, and they were like, this would be perfect for our next single, Savages. And we took it to Aaron Marsh, like, hey, this is like the general idea of what we want. Can you work off of this? And then he's created that sculpture-looking white that's so sick.
Well, it reminded me of, there's a violinist. He was back from the 90s. His name is Mark Wood. But he plays metal with his own handmade six-string violins.
Oh, awesome.
And one of his designs was like a hand that clutches his chest with the forearm, and then there's just a knife right through the forearm. So it reminded me a lot of that design, and I was like, man, that's just way too cool.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your next show you were saying is
Daytona.
Daytona?
Yeah, we're gonna be in Daytona the 19th. Playing.
No, the 17th.
The 17th. Sorry.
We're opening up the pre-party for Rockville. Welcome to Rockville.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So are you guys traveling by van or is it
Yep.
all of all four of you
You were driving. Yeah. Well, and then our sound guy
and your sound guy?
Yeah.
So where's all the equipment at then?
in our trailer.
So you're hauling a trailer?
Yeah, we
with a van.
just bought it.
You just bought it?
like 2 days ago.
7x16.
That's such
Big
a
boy.
big
Yeah.
trailer.
So do you get into any like, all right, I hate you, I don't want to talk to you, I don't want to look at you moments?
Oh man, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like being
100%.
in a family, really.
Yeah.
It's like having a whole bunch of brothers.
So with that being said, you guys obviously prank each other.
Kind of.
Or do you stay on
No.
We more or less
try
just
to stay
like-
on everybody's good side?
We just like to twist each other's arm and pull each
Yeah.
other's leg a lot.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
We
don't
actually
really
joke
do
around a
pranks,
lot.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like we have no time to pull pranks. We're always exhausted. And
We don't have
tired.
time to clean up a prank.
Dude, yeah, we could have.
You know?
Yeah, we have no
yeah,
time.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So when you're winding down, obviously, how long does it take? I mean, the band, you're on stage, the crowd obviously pumps you up.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Oh, yeah.
how long does it take for you, like, to unwind?
Like after a show.
Yeah,
or-
we'd
Yeah,
say,
after
like,
a show.
At first, it was probably like the rest of the night. Really, we were always like, man, we just like played a show. It was so awesome. Now it's like we're still really pumped. But usually, like when like all of our friends disperse and everything, and it's like just us hanging out in the van afterwards, we just kind of like, dude, I'm so tired.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I'm
and
going
we
to-
just pass out. Yeah.
Yeah. So I take it your sound guy's driving at that point?
No, it's just us.
No? You guys take turns then on the road?
We try to do
Yeah.
our best. We try to drive as far as we can and pull over to like a Walmart or Planet Fitness or a Love's gas station.
Oh, so you're not renting, you're pulling over into a parking lot.
Yeah.
Well, why not? I mean, I've heard a lot of comedians do the same thing.
It's
And they're just like, okay, free parking, I'm on tour, I'm not
Planet
paying for
Fitness.
anything, I'm sleeping in my car.
Planet
Yeah.
Fitness.
Planet Fitness.
Honestly.
So yeah, if you get a black membership, I think it's like $25 a month, something like that.
yeah, something like that.
And then you get to work out, you get showers.
Oh, so you're taking advantage of their perks.
Yeah,
As far
yeah.
as getting cleaned up, working
Yep.
out.
Showers. Showers
yeah.
the most important.
Yeah.
It's almost so. Yeah.
Man, that's just way too cool.
It's easy to be. It's pretty
cool
easy
at
to be
first.
unhealthy
Yeah,
on tour.
but what? But are you guys like? So after the tours, you're gonna? You live here in Oklahoma City,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
So you'll head back here, and Teddy, you're gonna head back to Austin.
Yep.
So what's next after you're done touring?
We just get ready for the next tour or the next show. Like,
Oh.
for this year, it's like constant back to back.
Right.
Yeah,
Then
so it's like-
afterwards, is there any time off?
I don't know.
Less than a month.
Less than a month.
Less than a month time off.
As far as writing music goes, when do you find time to write new music?
Always.
Always.
Always, yeah.
So that's a constant.
And that's always a constant thing. It's just
Well,
like,
we have the benefit now of like back in the day, in order to like jam a song on tour, you would have to have like a bus and enough room to like pull out like your little Walkman amp that took batteries, and like plug everything in, and then you would jam it. But now we have like the benefit of just like having a laptop and just going straight into the laptop with the basic
Right.
with the guitar, and you can basically write everything out production wise right there too.
So technology's actually helping you out on this
technology
bit then.
is everything.
It's a godsend
nowadays.
almost.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's a godsend for
Right.
sure. Because I hear how people used to do it back in the day.
Yeah,
and I'm just
I was
man.
like, yeah. Because I draw a lot, and even now, people are telling me I need to go more digital. And I'm like, no, I like the pen and paper. I like the
Yeah.
feel of the pen
Yeah.
and paper.
I think it's
as
whatever
far as
you like.
electronic.
Whatever you learn
Yeah.
first, I think, and like that's the way that you learn to do it. I think when somebody comes in and they're like, "Hey, man, you're doing all this analog stuff. Like, why don't you switch over to all this digital stuff?" It doesn't even make sense, and it's not worth taking the time to like
Yeah.
relearn all that stuff.
Right.
So just stick with the analog, especially if you're good at it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really hard to find good analog guys now.
Right, and that's one of the things you mentioned that we're talking with our program director, Jake Daniels, and our engineer, and they were just going on about analog versus digital, and I'm like, you guys, you're over my head with all this,
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah.
know a little, but not a whole lot.
Yeah. I mean, nowadays it's when it comes to like digital versus analog, there's like unless you have like the best ear in the world, for the average normal listener, you
Right.
can't tell.
Yeah.
No one can tell.
Yeah, that's true.
No one can tell.
Yeah.
So I was reading off your website. You guys use soundscapes or try to create like a mood with the music?
Yeah, we always try to create like a, well, with like production, like or like synths and like sound design elements and stuff
Yeah.
like that. We always trying to capture like the mood of the song, of like what we're trying to convey within those elements themselves.
So do you
on
pull
top of everything else?
Do you pull things from like TV shows or
Actually, yeah.
Kind of. Yeah.
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things?
Yeah. One of the songs,
actually.
there's like a 80s like synth vibe thing going
Right.
on.
Well, I've noticed
But-
that with a whole lot. There's like a resurgence of that 80s
Yeah.
sound.
Yeah, and it
Yeah,
sounds
there's the
so
synth wave
good.
and stuff.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
it. I love the resurgence of the 80s synthwave.
Yeah, and I kind of grew up during that time, and it was just like, oh, I'm more into metal.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
older I've gotten, my musical tastes have changed.
Well,
and now
they're
I'm
putting it in metal.
re-experiencing. You
Yeah,
know?
they're
Yeah.
putting it in metal now.
Right, it is, and it's
great.
like, oh, okay. I remember when this song came out, it was just like, I don't think so.
Yeah.
You know, do you guys miss it? Or MTV was big back then.
I
Do you
grew up
miss-
watching it
Oh, you
every
did?
day, every morning before school. Like
Music
music
videos.
videos, watching Fall Out Boy,
Right.
and all these big bands back in the day.
So
yeah.
do you think that hinders anybody's creativity as far as music goes, or
No,
do you see it?
I don't think so.
You don't see it?
Now with TikTok, anything could be big.
Yeah.
Anyone could be a somebody with TikTok.
Right. Do you think that's a good thing or a
It's
bad
a good thing.
It is.
Because it's free. Doesn't cost anything to do it and start it. And if you blow up on TikTok, it's free. And it's like it gives people an opportunity that they haven't had before.
Yeah.
Right.
I think
it's
whatever
great.
gets like the masses introduced to an artist, especially one that like people connect with,
Yeah.
whatever they find them on, thank you that platform.
Right.
You know.
Well, Josh, Teddy, thank you for coming to the trailer. Appreciate it.
Hey, we
Hell
loved
yeah.
it.
It's fun.
I hope the tour goes well, and it obviously looks like you guys are out there and enjoying it.
Oh, we love it. So
And
nice.
especially with playing a big crowd like that, I went out before one of the bands, and I was blown away.
Yeah, it was great.
You know, I've seen it a
awesome.
couple of times, but doing that, and that was my first time actually emceeing right in front of a concert, and it was like, oh wow. So I can imagine what you guys feel on a nightly basis, and I'm kind of envious, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, being on the air is one thing, but being in front of a crowd, being in front of people, there's just an energy to it. So
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
great.
hell yeah.
So yeah, thank you for joining us, and I guess this is going to be on our social media pages, YouTube. So if you guys want to check it out,
Sweet. Yeah,
you
we'll
know.
check it out. Yeah. Thanks for
All
having
right.
us,
Thanks for
guys.
having us.
No, thanks for coming out. So
Appreciate it.
all right.